Okay, I have a pair of Bestard Breithorn. Unusual name for a boot company, but that is the name of the company, based in Mallorca, as you probably already know. So if you're looking at this, you probably just want to know whether these things are any good. Simple answer is yes, depending on what sort of boot you want. So if I was to make a comparison with this boot to what's already on the market, boot models that may be already familiar to you, I'd say they're in the similar market to the Scarpa SL or the Mindel Burma. I think Lower make a couple of models very similar to this. So they are in the clumpy category. The heavyweight leather Gore-Tex lined, quite well insulated, very warm boots that are more for cold weather. I would not recommend these for hot weather. I've just come back from Albania and had a few days in the mountains there where the temperatures were in the 20s and they were quite heavy duty for that. I just wanted to see how they performed, put them through the paces just to see what state they came back in. They are still in near perfect condition after a good few winter days out in the UK, and like I say, up in the Albanian Alps. So the obvious areas where you will be looking for wear and tear is whether there's any delamination on the rubber. These have been hammered and there's absolutely no wear or delamination whatsoever. So around these areas here where the lamination is joining with the leather, nothing. Really, really good. I do like the rand. It goes quite high up on the boot, so it gives the leather a lot of protection. The finish on the boot is excellent. Even some of the detail is very similar to the Mindel one around about this area. You've got lace lockers there that work exceptionally well. Very comfy out the box. I know everybody's feet are individual, but I didn't have any issues whatsoever when I put them on. Very comfortable. Vibram sole, again, wearing absolutely fine. They will take a flexible crampon, a C1. There's no welts for clipping crampons on, so if you know anything about crampons, you'll know what sort of crampon you can get on a boot like this. Reasonably rigid. There's a bit of bend in the sole, as you would expect for a B1 boot, not too much. So it's a very stable boot with a lot of protection between the floor and the sole of your foot. I put some green super feet in because they work for me. They fit absolutely fine. So a couple of words of warning I'll mention with the boot. I found the sizes quite large for the boot depending on how you look at it. So these are a size 9. And I'm a size 9 in most brands, and what I found them quite roomy. But considering the type of boot they are, a more traditional boot, I think they are probably designed for more the traditional way of layering up with a very thick pair of walking socks. And I found with a good thick pair of walking socks, the size is absolutely spot on. I know with a lot of these synthetic boots, sort of like the yellow ones over there that I use more for winter climbing, the sizes are more what I would call true, where you can wear thinner socks and the insulation comes from the boot, not the sock. With these being more traditional, back to the thick socks, it's almost like going back to the old days. But you can sort of see the difference in size. I mean, this is a scrambling boot that I'd use on something like the Cullen Ridge. Very pointed toe. Pick out the detail and it does what it says on the box. However, if you want your feet to keep dry, these will leak, and it's no reflection on the boot. They're just not built like a tank. But then compare it to the size of that. They are both size 9 boots, but just the heavyweight style and the clumpiness of this boot, which is not a criticism, it's designed to do a certain job. And if you want a really heavyweight boot that's going to work very well in cold weather, that's cheaper but just as well made, if not better, than the Scarpas and the Mindels, get your hand in your pocket, get a pair of these. I know generally if you're in the UK, Sport Pursuit I think is pretty much about the only outlet you can get these. I wouldn't hesitate to buy a pair of these again, but having said that, I think it's going to be a very, very long time before I'm going to be seeing any signs of wear on a boot of this quality. So yeah, absolutely thumbs up, and I don't think there's anything I don't like about the boot. So there you go.